Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever you are in the world today, I hope that you're doing great. I hope that you and your family are well, and I hope that all is pleasant for you wherever you are in the world today. And most importantly, I hope that you're in good health. Once again, welcome to the Common Sense channel. On this channel, we get to talk about those things that people know, that people have thought about, but don't often have the time to discuss. These, my friends, are the things we talk about here on the Common Sense channel. So, for the month of March, I'm going to be talking to you about our ancestors. Now, I just want to say this. In this month, there's been numerous people that have passed, that have gone to the great beyond from the earth. They've exited and they're no longer here. These individuals are your ancestors. Whenever a person exit the world into the other part of the world, or into they call it the next world. Some people have other names for it. But I believe when people die, when people pass on, they are just transitioning. They are just moving from one matter to another. They're not going to stay in no place for none of that stuff. But I know they are transforming into another matter. Every living thing is matter, right? So they're just transforming into another matter. So that's what's happening. So that's what I believe. And I know because they are transitioning, or they've transformed into another matter, they are constantly with us. They're constantly watching over us. They're constantly making sure that we are protected. They're constantly giving us the information we need to live on this planet, or to be among the living. I believe that heavily. So that's the reason why I honor them. And another reason why I honor the ancestors, because they are the root to our trees. Without without the root to a tree, the tree would die. So you see, so because they are our roots, that we must always honor them, to keep the fruits that they have produced blossoming. Because without them, there won't be me. Without them, there won't be you. Without them, no one will exist. If you want to test this, don't have kids and see what happens. The world will end real quick. So someone must have had you, and now you are having another person, and that person is going to come on. When you've gone, they're gonna come and have another set of people, and that other set of people are gonna come and have another set of people. So that continuous process is called generation, your generation. So out of me came another generation, another generation, another generation. So if I ever leave this place, or exit, or transition into a matter, right? That makes me an ancestor. So when you hear people talking of an ancestor, that's what you're talking about. The people before us, and the contribution that they left while they're here. When they left this world, their contribution, all the things they've done, whether it was whether they were a police officer making sure the community is safe, whether they were a teacher making sure that the next generation is educated, whether they were lawyers making sure that the innocent were proven not guilty, whatever the contribution was, they laid the foundation for you to be where you are. And because of that reason, I always venerate them. I always honor them. And most importantly, you don't know this, because they are closer to nature, which is the creator. When terrible things or when bad things or misfortune is going to happen to you, they will formulate a method to communicate that information to you. Your entire being is going to be in sync with nature. When someone is planning evil against you, you would know. If someone don't like you, you would know. They will tell you. They will communicate to your spirit. Anyone that does this, anyone that understands what I'm saying, you know exactly what I'm saying. And if you've never venerated your ancestor or honor your ancestors, just start to do it. You see what I'm talking about. Just start to do it. Honor them. Honor them. I'm telling you, they are your roots. Without them, you can't bear no fruit. True. Without them, don't go look far away. They are right in your court. Honor them, and you will see the kind of fruits that come out of your tree. You are a tree, and they are your roots. So, talking about ancestors, I know in the past year, last month and this month, there's been many of our ancestors that have departed this world into a better place, into a world where there's no war, there's no disease, there's no killing, there's no famine, there's no headache, there's no hardship, there's no destruction. They're in a better place. You understand? I know that. And I know wherever they are, they're watching down on us. And they are saying, what can I do to help my daughter? What can I do to help my son? What can I do to help my nephew? What can I do to help this community? What can I do to help this nation bring about the peace that I am experiencing? Because I know they're just transitioning and they're in a better place. So, talking about our ancestor, as I said, we lost a beautiful soul that departed us and is no other than Angie Stone. The first time I heard Angie Stone music, I was in a terrible place in my life. I was going through so much. My mother had just passed away, and it was just too much for me. Stress. And I heard that song. And when I heard that song, I felt so relieved. And it was no other than Black Brother. I needed that song to get my act together because I was heading down spiral. I didn't even know where I was going to do. I remember sitting on the train in New York, and all I was contemplating on suicide. Yes, I was contemplating on suicide. And I heard that song. And the song started, Black Brother, I love you. I never tried to hurt you. And it's just, I want you to know that I'm here for you. Because it was just, oh my God. And I listened to the song, and the song stuck in my heart the entire day. And I wanted to know because I heard it on the radio. So I wanted to know who was singing that song. And then that was the time I fell in love with you, Angie Stone. And ever since then, I listened to all your music. We will miss you, Angie Stone. I know where you are. There's peace. There's tranquility. There's no headache, no pain. You're seated with the ancestors, the ones you're singing about in that song, Black Brother. The song is so spiritual. It's so deep, Angie Stone. You don't know how many lives were saved or are saved by that song. And I know you're going to there to be with the ancestors. And I know you are washing down here. So any of you that are related to Angie Stone, or not even related to her, once you hear those words of hers, it's healing. It's going to make her live forever. She's not going to die. No human being die. The only thing that passes away, that the only thing that transition out of this world is the soul. The body is nothing but dirt, but the soul lives forever. The soul is what is internal. When you hear of eternal life, that's what you're talking about. It never dies. It just transitions from one matter to another matter. That's what it does. It doesn't die. And as long as her words are on this planet, she will never die. She's eternal. Yes. So when you hear of our ancestors, that's what it means. The people that were here, that once lived on this planet and touched many lives with their gifts, with their talents, with their ability, with their craft. That's your ancestor, my friend. Never, never look down on them. Never, never start talking of them. Always praise them, honor them, and you see, you'll find your way. I often use Jesus as an example on my video. You know, only if people can reread Jesus' example, his teachings, you would understand that even as big as he was and powerful as he was a teacher, he never forgot his ancestor. He never said anything bad about his ancestors. He never criticized them. All he did was honor them. Taught us, it's in there. You need to look. Look deep and you'll find it. Honor your ancestor. Venerate them. Never say bad things about them. When things are getting tough for you, when things are getting difficult, when you don't understand things, those things that are hidden, reach out. Reach out, I'm telling you, because I know. I know. And that's the reason why I'm trying to teach you not to forget to honor your ancestor. Those people that do, they may not tell you, but they see it. They see it. They see when you do. When you honor them, you have peace of mind. You have tranquility. Whatever they're experiencing, you, my friend, will experience it. You will lack nothing. Because the thing that makes you, money does not make anyone happy. It's good though. We need it. We need it in this world because it's a materialistic world. We need money, but it's not the source of happiness. I'm telling you, the source of happiness is when you honor your ancestors. When they're here, you honor them. Mean your parents now. That'll be your parents. Your auntie, your uncle, anyone in your community that did great things. Not just for you now, for everyone within that community, within that society, within that country, within that nation. When you call on these people, they will answer you. It's just how it is. Why? Because they, my friends, are the root. They are the tree of life. Have you ever heard the tree of life? Why tree? That's where all the spirit goes, in the tree. When people die, they go into the tree. Their ghosts go into the tree. That's why they used the tree in the Garden of Eden. Tree. Yeah, tree is very significant though. If you don't know the importance of tree, it bears the souls of the departed. Yes, the souls of the departed inhabit the trees. They live in them. This is deep. You have to understand it. From an African perspective, I think Native Americans shares the same thing too. They don't chop down trees. Yeah. And when I was a little boy, there are places in our country you don't touch it. Even if you try to chop down the tree, you won't be able to do it. You have to perform certain rituals to chop down that tree, or else it won't allow you. That's the significance of a tree. So we are like that too. But in order for you to blossom, you need the roots. And the roots of a tree is the ancestors. You understand? That's why you can be in this life walking around, but you have no roots. Because you don't even know who your roots are. You don't honor them. So they're not gonna make you flourish. They're not gonna elevate you. You're not gonna bear good fruits because you don't venerate the roots, which is your ancestors. You get what I'm saying? We're all like a tree. That's the reason why the great one, Jesus, used you like a tree. You bear fruit. If you're not bearing good fruit, he says, the great one says, Yeshua Mashiach says, that tree should be chopped down. All human beings are like a tree. And your ancestors are the roots. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this to say to you, when you start to venerate your ancestors, when you start to honor your ancestors, when you start to lift them up, guess what? You start to grow good fruits. You start to see the fountain of life start to come out of you in the form of wisdom. You don't have to be 65 years old to be wise. You don't have to be 100 years old to be wise. You can be a little boy that honor your ancestor and you become wiser. You become knowledgeable. You get something called AI, the ancestor intelligence. Because I think AI is humans projecting their power, their inner power, projecting it into an object and making the object to react, to communicate to them. You can do the same thing with your ancestors. When you honor them, they'll communicate to you. I want to explain it, but it's kind of hard to explain because if you haven't experienced it, you wouldn't know. Like when I do these things, I don't want someone thinking, oh, what's wrong with him? No. Everything I'm doing here, everything I'm saying here, I experience it on a daily basis. You understand? So I'm saying it because The scripture say again, to whom much is given, much is expected. When you experience something, you share it to others. Because there are a lot of people out there that know what I'm saying. And you can see it. It'll manifest itself to you. I'm not saying you shouldn't worship whatever you're worshiping out there. Go ahead and do that. I'm not here to change anyone's belief. I'm just here to show you that there are other things that you're missing in your life. And your life is like a tree. And beneath the tree are roots. And the roots are your ancestors. So now, when you don't honor your ancestor, which is if you're not giving them what they need, like the water that would keeps the root, you know, flourishing, and in good health, if you're not doing that thing, those things that you need to do, you are going to grow fruit, but it's not going to be good fruit. You understand? So when you honor your ancestor, it's like honoring the roots, the foundation. That's what I'm trying to say. The foundation of you is them. Without them, there's no you. You understand? So yeah, that's what this video is about today. As I've always done, all of the departed ancestors, may your soul, may you, I know you're in a better place, so I'm not going to say rest in peace. I'm just going to say, may you continue to look down on us here. May you never forget us. That including our beloved sister, Angie Stone. We will miss you, sis. We will miss you so dearly. And I know your family, they are, I know right now it's not a pleasant time for them, but I know you are not going to forget them. You're going to be watching over them. You're going to be there. But they too should not forget to always venerate you. And I know wherever you are in a better place, way better than where we are. So I just want to thank all of those ancestors, the one that have come, the one that have gone, and the ones that are with us, that are continuing to be with us, continue to find solution for our problems, the ones that lay their life down for us to be where we are, the ones that went through thick and thin to get us to where we are today. I know you are there, and I know you're watching, and you're protecting us from all dangers each and every day, great ancestor. May you continue to intercede on our behalf. All of those things that we are seeking for, that we are yearning for, that are our heart desires, may you grant them to us. May our children minds be open to learning things that will be beneficiary to them. May they find wisdom, knowledge, and understanding beyond their age. May they never be someone's subject. May they continue to find themselves, because that's the greatest thing that can happen to anyone when he or she discover herself or himself. May you continue to enlighten our children. May you continue to protect them from all dangers out there. I just want to honor you, great ancestors. Thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for everything that you've done for us, even when we didn't deserve it. You were there, making sure that we were safe, that we were healthy, that everything in life was pleasant for us. You set the example that we are following through today. I just want to honor you, all of my ancestors, wherever you are. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As I've always say, the greatest thing that can happen to anyone is not the day you were born. Not the day you had your first car, the day you graduated from high school, college, became a lawyer, doctor, whatever it is that you're working towards in your life. The greatest thing that can happen to any man or woman or anyone is the day you discover yourself. Ancestors allow us, open our eyes to see those things that are in the dark so we can discover ourselves and discover all of those things that are holding us back. Thank you, great ancestor. Thank you, great ancestor. Thank you, great ancestor. Peace be with you. I hope that you and your family are doing great. Hope that life is treating you well. And most importantly, I pray that the ancestor blessing guide and protect you as you go into yet another day. Have a nice day.